Hello, welcome to City Hall this week. The city and county now have updated guidelines governing local historic districts and landmarks.
We have local historic districts that are designated areas of significance for their historic architectural or cultural importance. They've been designated by the City Council.
In addition to the 7 local historic districts in the city, there are approximately 80 local historic landmarks in the city and county as well.
Instead of being neighborhoods or areas where there's a historic character to be preserved, our landmark properties are really the ones that are the most important to preserve for their architectural significance, their association with people that are important in our past or certain events in our past. And can be also for their potential archaeological findings on the site.
The City Council approved an update to the document that regulates both the districts and landmarks after a public hearing during its February 1st meeting. The Historic Properties Local Review criteria govern changes to any landmark or property within a local historic district.
And the criteria that are established in this new document are those that are used to determine whether the properties the changes being proposed to those properties are in keeping with the overall historic character of the district.
The planning criteria needed to be updated because they were previously unclear or didn't cover a wide enough range of modifications that could be done to a property.
We created a list of issues over the years, and this was an opportunity to address all of those issues, as well as to consolidate the criteria that were previously in individual preservation plans for each district into one holistic document that, in addition to having the criteria listed, also have sort of a understanding of how you go through the process so that it's a little bit more accessible and transparent to folks.
In addition to approving the changes to the criteria, updated preservation plans were also adopted for each of the local historic districts. In most of the districts, the primary changes to these plans included removing the previous criteria, referencing the new criteria document, reassessing all of the properties in the district for their historic or non-historic status, and updating various references that were simply outdated. The city's 7 historic districts include Cleveland Street, downtown Durham, Fayetteville Street, Holloway Street, Moorhead Hill, Trinity Heights, and Watts Hillendale. For more information about these districts and the updated criteria and preservation plans, visit the City County Planning Department's homepage on the city's website. The Denson Apartments for Veterans are attracting national attention for their work to help homeless veterans. The apartments are located on Sedgefield Street and provide permanent supportive housing for veterans who are homeless and have disabilities. Congressman David Price and Mayor Bill Bell toured the community on February 5th. The Congressman wanted to get a first-hand look at the award-winning apartments. He serves on committees that oversee federal funding of such housing projects, as well as Veterans Affairs appropriations. The apartments have been substantially supported by federal housing funds. They were developed by CASA, a local nonprofit affordable housing developer and property manager, in partnership with the city's Community Development Department and other organizations. Because of these partnerships, the apartments were recently recognized by the National Community Development Association with the 2016 Audrey Nelson Award. The award recognizes exemplary use of federal community housing funds. The first phase of the project included 11 apartments with rent set at 30% of the tenant's income and includes all utilities. Phase 2 is currently under construction, which will add another 12 apartments to the overall project. The second building is expected to open this summer. If you want to have input on the development of the city's budget for next year, the City Council wants to hear from you. Coffee with Council sessions will be held between now and mid-March so that residents can give feedback to Council members on budget priorities for next year. The sessions will be held on Saturday, February 13th from 10 a.m. until noon at Lyon Park Community Family Life and Recreation Center. Thursday, March 10th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at City Hall. Saturday, March 12th from 10 a.m. until noon at the Campus Hills Recreation Center. And Saturday, March 19th from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. at the Holton Career and Resource Center. There will also be 2 public budget hearings during the Council's regular meetings. The first will be held on Monday, March 7th, and the second will be on Monday, June 6th. The police department is welcoming 10 new officers among its ranks. The department held a graduation ceremony for basic law enforcement training class number 42 on February 2nd. The all-male class as graduates included 1 person from Durham and 5 from North Carolina overall. 5 of the graduates have relatives who are current or former law enforcement, with one of those being a retired Durham police officer. They now move on to a 17-week police training officer program where they'll be assigned a mentor for training, observation, and testing. Registration is now open for this year's Durham Senior Games and Silver Arch Showcase. The Games and Showcase is an Olympic-style competition designed to give anyone 50 or better the opportunity to compete in a variety of athletic and artistic activities. The program will be held throughout Durham from April 18th through May 5th. Participants can register through March 25th. Applications are available to any Parks and Recreation facility or online at dprplaymore.org. That does it for City Hall this week. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find us on demand on Durham Television Network's webpage and on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. This has been a production of Durham Television Network.